If you aren't betting, you aren't living. And if you watched Sovereignty stomp the field in the Belmont last weekend, then you already know who owns the 3-year-old division. For now. But just because the crown sits heavy today doesn't mean it won't get snatched this summer at Saratoga. We've got turf takeovers, Philly fireworks, and a brand new King of the Hill you won't want to miss. Let's fire away. Sovereignty didn't just win the Belmont, he dominated. Again. He drew off from journalism and Baeza just like he did in the Derby, only this time the gap was even wider. Before we dive deep into Belmont Stakes and all news on the top runners from this past weekend, let's get into a deal you don't have to pass up. For the best merch in the game, including our new polos, go to our website linked in this video's description and use the code BEAT, the odds 25. That's BEATTHEO DDS 2.5 at checkout. Save 25% on your order. For more information, check the description. Bill Mott summed it up best. He drew away on dirt, drew away again at Saratoga. 2 tracks, same result. So now the question is, who's actually going to step up and try him again? Journalism? Maybe. He's already danced every dance. Derby, Preakness, Belmont. His camp might ship him to Del Mar for a Breeders' Cup preview, but don't count him out of a Jim Dandy or Travers appearance. Same for Baeza, although he's somehow still eligible for an allowance. The wild card? Bob Baffert. If Niso stays in California, the West Coast becomes easier pickings. But if he ships east or skips targets like the Pacific Classic, that door swings open. Mott mentioned Jim Dandy on July 26th as Sovereignty's likely next race. That's when we'll see who's ducking and who's daring. While Dirt Stars were slugging it out, Deterministic was dancing over grass. In the Grade 1 Manhattan, the son of Liam's map went wire to wire and held off Integration to stamp himself as one of America's top turf routers. Funny thing, Miguel Clement had a feeling this was coming all the way back in early spring, but he kept quiet because they were still dreaming Derby. Now, that dirt dream is done and a new one has started. Next targets: 4-Star Dave on August 2nd or Woodbine Mile in September. And with Carl Spackler gone, Deterministic could be a serious Breeders' Cup Mile threat. He didn't win the Manhattan, but don't sleep on Far Bridge. The shortened distance to 1 1/8 miles wasn't his style. He needs a marathon. Trainer Clement said it bluntly. He's the best turf stayer in the country. Circle Sword Dancer on August 9th. If it's a mile and 3/8 or longer, he's live. Let's talk ladies, because they showed out. Dorth Vader answered the distance question in the Ogden Phipps, romping home by 4 3/4 lengths. She's now on a Breeders' Cup Distaff path, likely with just 1 to 2 more starts. Circle the Personal Ensign on August 23rd. Ways and Means dropped a 111 buyer in the Bed of Roses. Chad Brown's filly is locked in and healthy, and that's dangerous. She's likely headed for the Ballerina on Travers Day, maybe with a prep in the Honorable Miss. And don't forget dynamic pricing and excellent truth. Brown's 1-2 punch in the Just a Game, the Diana is next for both. King of the Hill Older Dirt Horse Edition 1 Hill. 1 crown. Who rules racing this week? Let's find out. Raging Torrent versus Skippy Longstocking. Give me Raging Torrent. He's turned into a monster this season. Raging Torrent versus Booth staying with Raging Torrent. Still sharper. Raging Torrent versus Mindframe. I'll take Mindframe. Higher ceiling. He can run elongated sprints or he can run the classic distance. Mindframe versus Fierceness. I still like Mindframe. Fierceness had every shot in the Met Mile and couldn't finish the job. Mindframe versus Torpedo Anna. I'm rolling with the Grizzly Bear. Torpedo Anna. She's a beast. Toss the last race. Torpedo Anna versus White Abarrio. Both coming off clunkers. But give me White Abarrio. He's beaten better fields this year. This week's King of the Hill? White Abarrio. But it's a narrow throne. He's got company coming. That's all for this episode of the Beat the Odds Horse Racing Show. Drop your take in the comments. Who should Sovereignty face next? Who's your king or queen of the hill? And what's your bet of the summer? Like, comment, subscribe. Because if you aren't betting, you aren't living.
Now open! The Beat the Odds Horse Racing LLC store is officially open. With over 100 horse racing-themed products, including shirts, hoodies, stickers, and more, you're sure to find something you love. Check it out now at www.tohr.com and discover your perfect match today. Don't miss out. Shop now and beat the odds.